So you just bought your project car and you want to make it look like your own. It needs some flair, so you go online and see what's available. A lot of the stuff you see will be either fiberglass or carbon fiber, ranging from super cheap to hella expensive. You scroll some more and you might see that KBD even has some offerings for your car. You click on it and see bumpers getting shipped folded like fruit roll-ups in a box, and the reviews, they're mixed at best. Then you scroll even more and find that even factory OEM options exist, and suddenly it's all starting to feel very overwhelming. As someone who's tried it all, I'm gonna break down what's worth your money and what's not in the simplest way possible. All while I replace the fiberglass Type X side skirts with some ultra rare factory OEM Type X side skirts. Let's go. Quick disclaimer, I am not a pro body guy or painter or anything like that. I'm simply just a hobbyist who's been in the scene for too long, done way too much research, and know plenty of people who are pros. So take this as one enthusiast sharing what I've learned, not the gospel truth. Hopefully it helps someone out there avoid a few headaches. All right, back with the video. These are the categories that I will be using to rank fiberglass / carbon fiber, KBD, aka polyurethane, and OEM body parts. First up, we have fiberglass / carbon fiber. Just like the dorky dory side skirts that I have on my car right now, fiberglass and carbon fiber is the material used by basically all of the OG JDM body kit manufacturers, names like BN, Vertex, Origin. Fiberglass has the biggest margin of good quality versus bad quality, so take this with a little bit of a grain of salt, because I have seen fiberglass parts that rival OEM fitment, while others that are just complete dog shit. So fitment, it gets a 3 out of 5 stars just because the inconsistency across all brands, good and bad. Typically, you get what you pay for in the car world, and well-known brands offer kits at a higher price because the quality and fitment is top tier. Don't get me wrong, I've seen perfect fitment fiberglass parts, but that's not always the case, and usually best fitting ones still need some kind of work to achieve perfect fitment. Durability, it gets a 2. Fiberglass or even FRP, fiberglass reinforced plastic, can be tough but usually has little flex compared to our 2 other options today. If your car is low or you drift, your fiberglass parts will eventually crack or break. It's not a matter of if, but when. However, the repairability of fiberglass gets a 5. You can easily learn to repair fiberglass through trial and error using materials that don't cost an arm and a leg. And the last category is where fiberglass and carbon fiber options come out on top. It gets a 5 for styling variety. Like I mentioned before, the majority of body kit brands come in some form of fiberglass / FRP or carbon fiber, and they all have their own distinct look. So if you're aiming for style and really want to separate yourself from the crowd, this is for you. Second up is KBD or poly. If you don't already know, KBD is known for its durable polyurethane construction, where they advertise people literally running over their kits and straight up folding their bumpers, resulting in pretty much 0 damage at all. Personally, I have ran KBD's Navan style S14 bumper, and the mounting fitment was actually pretty solid. It did sag in one of the corners, so I did need to create like a little bit of a bracket to help correct that shape. But for that same reason, I'm gonna give fitment a 3.5. Of course, this varies depending on your car, or even the kit, or individual pieces within a kit. There are some KBD kits where I'd rank fitment a 0, honestly, but durability wise, obviously, it's a 5 out of 5. These things are literally indestructible. Repairability is a tough one because you shouldn't need to be in a situation where you're repairing a KBD kit, but if you were, you probably really messed up, and I don't exactly know the best methods to repair poly. I'm just gonna go down the middle and give it a 3. And lastly, for styling variety, I'm also gonna give it a 3. Based off their site, it seems like offerings are either replicas of an OEM offering, replicas of an existing body kit for cars, or just one-offs by KBD themselves. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it a 3. And finally, OEM. Fitment for OEM parts is undoubtedly a 5 out of 5. It's not close to perfect, it is perfect. These are parts that literally came from the factory and are usually made out of a strong plastic, such as your bumper, which holds its shape and is super durable. You can't fold it like a KBD kit, but honestly, that's probably a good thing. So for durability, it gets a 5 out of 5 as well. Repairability gets a 4. Plastic welding is kind of a specialized skill slash tool. I've had an OEM cracked S14 skirt before, and those cracks had fiberglass and epoxy repairs. It's not impossible, and I'm sure a skilled body guy could handle plastic repair. Finally, OEM styling variety. This really depends on your chassis. For me, there are a lot of OEM options to choose from for the S13, but even then, of all the OEM S-chassis body parts, there are a dozen other aftermarket companies that make that part in their own style. So we are giving it a 3 in that category. So which one is the best? Honestly, it depends on the goal of your build and budget. On one hand, you can cash out on a quality, stylish fiberglass kit for your drift or stance car, or get a more mid-grade fiberglass kit that might take more body work to look good. KBD and poly, personally, I just recommend this if your goal is a straight drift car or drift missile. It's durable and you don't really need to take care of it. And lastly, OEM, it's perfect in almost every way, but you will be limited to whatever your car's manufacturer produced for your car. You could be lucky and have an entire catalog of factory aero parts to choose from, or you could just have a few to choose from. Cost-wise, OEM is typically priced higher than the rest, but that depends on rarity. One last thing, availability. Some body kits are made to order, and it's normal to see 3 to 6 month wait times, or even up to a year to receive your special kit. KBD, I feel like they're pretty stocked up, and OEM, it could be something your car manufacturer still produces, or maybe something that you're hunting down and it's rare, so you might have to just wait for that to pop up. And that's exactly the case with these right here. These are OEM 180SX Type X side skirts that I got paint matched to replace the fiberglass Dorky Dory side skirts that are on my car right now. Let me know your guys' experience with kits and other materials. I'm trying to hear those nightmare stories or those success stories, so let me know in the comments. We about to remove the Dorky Dory side skirts. Fitment is actually really good, but it's not perfect, and that's why I'm like kind of anal about it. There's this little gap right here. I have like double-sided tape all around. These are OEM mounting screws, so I'm gonna just take it off. Oh yeah, Dorky Dory authentic part. This is fiberglass. And let's just do a quick comparison of fiberglass versus OEM. So here's the OEM equivalent. Look, this has all the mounting points. See these this bottom section with all these holes? This one doesn't have that, you know, it just had this like little tab. And then the material, it's fiberglass, so it can crack. It's more prone to cracking or breaking. Sucks into the body just like that, look at that, boom. The red's all like nicer than the original vein. So we have a bunch of the OEM mounting hardware for the side skirts. I'm a little afraid because that means I gotta drill into the body to put in the tabs that go into these mounting points. So that's against the side of the car versus just these, which is underneath. I'm gonna try to get away with just doing the underneath portion and see how the fitment is there. Maybe the double-sided tape in this area will help, I guess, snug it onto the body, but I guess we'll see. And I guess regarding those tabs and clips, there's these ends. This is the back end of the Type X side skirt. Check it out. Got the OEM clip, so it's pretty cool. Unlike the fiberglass ones that I had, which were screwed on or tapped in, we got these little clips, which is Nissan. Yeah, it looks cool. Oh yeah. Boom. All right, so there you have it. We just swapped out the fiberglass Type X side skirts for the OEM Type X side skirts. I'm super happy with it. I really like the fitment. I like knowing that it has all the OEM mounting points. I only did the bottom ones and the sides for now. But as far as material and OEM versus carbon fiber, fiberglass, or poly, it really all depends on your goal with your car and a budget. Like I said, if you're looking to have like a really stylish drift kit, get fiberglass because that's probably really the only option. If you really want to keep it OEM, OEM plus, aim for OEM kit, which is made out of ABS. Fitment is pretty much bound to be perfect. And if you're just trying to like fuck shit up, just get KBD. I will say, like with every category, I guess besides OEM, there's like the high end of each product. which means you'll get a better quality. And then there's like the cheaper low end side of things, and you might end up with a worse fitting part, but it really just all depends. Personally, I'm going the OEM route with this car. Plan to keep it that way in the near future, just like this guy right here, Kai's car. Check out his fitment, all these gaps and lines, OEM Type X bumper, OEM lip, OEM skirts, just like what we just did. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you more OEM? Are you completely stock? You don't even like aftermarket parts? You like fiberglass? Just let me know in the comments what your experience is, and stay tuned for the next one.